you fall back in love, whenever your relationship has gone through so much damage in the past, just focus on these three things right here: forgiveness, newness, and personal happiness. In order to fully move forward, you must fully forgive. And when you do that, you must implement as much newness as you possibly can into your relationship. Not everything needs to change. However, you must learn to rediscover yourselves and each other in very new ways to promote that growth, so you both won't feel like you are stuck in this relationship. And then after that, you must both find your personal happiness, okay? If you are both utterly happy, that's when you guys think the most clearly, and then you guys are the most attractive, which means you guys are going to be the most attracted to each other and happy together.
I'm 54, and let me tell you something about going back to the past. Sometimes the reason you're still entertaining your ex is because you haven't met anyone new who feels safe enough to replace the fantasy. You don't even miss them. You miss the feeling of being chosen, the attention, the connection, the comfort of something dangerously familiar. But let's not confuse history with future, because deep down, you know it wasn't working. You know it wasn't enough. You know if it really had potential, you wouldn't have had to let it go in the first place. But when you're in that in-between space, when no one new has stepped in yet, the past looks good when the present is empty. You start replaying all the highlight reels and forgetting all the reasons why it ended or why you needed to walk away. That's not love, babe. That's loneliness wearing his cologne or her perfume. So before you call them back or text them just to check in, ask yourself this: do I actually want them? Or do I just want the version of me that I used to be when I was with them? You don't miss the person, you miss the memory. And you're allowed to leave it right there.
Around this time last year, I wrote a letter to myself called Learning How to Love Again. And the purpose of this letter is pretty much me talking to God in writing form, me saying, this is the type of love that I'm used to, but this is the type of love that I need in my life. I'm used to a love that's toxic. I'm used to a love that's unpredictable. I'm used to a love that's surface level. I'm used to a love that leaves you feeling anxious and leaves you feeling angry and leaves you feeling like you're not really too sure what to do next. I'm used to that type of love. But I wanted a love that was more softer. I wanted a love that allowed for me to love it back. I wanted a love that was safe and that created this space for me to be who I was, in my most authentic form, and not have to try to be something else. I wanted all of these different things, and I was having this conversation with God, and I just heard him say, well, in order to have that type of love, you have to become a little bit different. You have to work on being able to give those things. You have to work on being more patient with yourself. You have to work on loving yourself. You have to work on tapping more into your purpose so you can align yourself with the right person that's going to be able to give you that type of love, right? Because if you don't know how to give that type of love, you don't know what it looks like to receive that type of love. You won't know how to receive that type of love if you don't know how to give that type of love. So I just had these moments with God, and then he introduced me to my lady. And because the type of love that she gave me was something I wasn't necessarily used to, he said, if you want that type of love so bad, here's your test, right? Here it is. And that's why the process of becoming is so important. Doing the work is so important. Giving yourself the things that you need is so important, because if you're asking God for something, to give you something, to bless you with something, but you haven't been doing the work, when he finally puts it in your face, you're not going to know what to do with it. You're not going to know how to handle it. You're actually going to mishandle it. And you may
if you genuinely had love for somebody, you cared for them. I'm not talking about fling, situationship, and all of that goofy stuff. I'm talking about it was a connection where your soul and their soul was meant to encounter each other. It was somebody who's special, who you loved and cared for, and now y'all, different worlds, don't speak, whatever. When your heart glistens and tells you to follow it and do an act of love, and it's real, do it. And keep it to yourself. You don't have to discuss, you don't have to ask. Some things in life, when your heart wants you to follow it, you don't have to ask anybody. No, follow your heart means you do just that. It will bring you peace. You never know. Life is short. People die. People go away. Things change. Love is real. Love is powerful. Love is always flowing. And if you have that within your heart and you feel compelled to do something, to be true to you and yourself, don't care for a response, don't care for results, just
Y'all already know that I really want to be in love and I want a relationship and all of that. But like recently I've been scared like it's gonna miss me. And the reason why is because it's just like I feel like I've went so hard to become the person that can accept the love and become love myself that I feel like all I've been meeting is people that don't do the work or haven't done the work. And I feel like when you've done the work and you're doing the work on yourself, you attract those people because they can like sense your light. And I'm just waiting to find genuine connection that is reciprocal and that I'm excited for and that's healthy for once. Like I don't want to be in no toxic shit anymore. To be honest, like I was toxic for a minute and you know, it just is not where I want to be. And I just want to be able to accept that love and recognize it when it comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so tired of just having like meaningless relationships and meaningless connections. Like, I want something to last. I want something to make me want to like be excited to come home, make me want to like plan more dates, make me want to like become the best version of myself. You know, obviously for myself, but for my partner, like, I miss the feeling of being in love. Like, I miss being excited to see my person. I miss, like, wanting to get ready to go out on dates. I miss, like, all of that shit, so.